Okay, this is quite an easy repair. Has to do with this power steering reservoir here on the 03 to 09 GX470 and 4Runner. Before I even get started, I usually like to hose everything down, clean the engine bay with simple green or purple power, just so I have a nice clean area to work in. So any old dirt, dust, or oil or anything that's going to be messing with me. And then I'm actually going to start this tomorrow so it'll all dry and get out of the way. But here is the new part. 44360, 35170. Oil reservoir. And you might ask, well, can you just clean out the old one? What's wrong with the old one? So there is a small screen, a very fine screen inside of there that gets clogged up quite easily. And I've tried on the old one already to spray it down with brake cleaner, stick a brake cleaner nozzle down in there, a straw, and kind of break up all the crusty power steering fluid. And it worked to an extent, but it still whines a little bit when it's cold, and people kind of look and wonder why this beautiful Lexus has a whiny power steering pump. So yeah, some other models had similar issues, like the LS I believe had it, but not as widespread. But this one, pretty common issue with the screen clogging up. So here's a nice new one. Obviously this fluid, it'll leave like a stained mark. So I don't know if this, yeah, after I clean this out, so now you can actually see the level. Before I sprayed this out and cleaned it, the power steering was basically burnt to the side of this, and you couldn't tell what was fluid and what was just like a burned in color. So 3 bolts, pretty easy, and then 2 hose clamps to get it off, so I'm not picturing any kind of serious problems getting this off or getting the new one in, because I've already done it once before. And then we will use the correct fluid, or at least power steering fluid, to fill it back up. So next part coming up. Alright, so we're going to begin removing everything here. You're going to need a nice angled needle nose to get these clamps loose, just like so. Oops. Got a tripod because I hate shaky videos as much as anybody else, and I knocked into it. So these are loose. They make this cool little hose grabber tool. You can use this to kind of break them loose if they're on there tight, which these are not, because I just did this not long ago. Okay, and we've got a 12mm here for the bolts. I don't mind using hand tools. It's just kind of my go-to default thing. Keeps your muscles in shape. Dexterity and all that. Probably not the best for videos, but I don't know. I might get one of those electric wrenches. These air tools are kind of loud. But a nice ratchet, electric ratchet, would be helpful. Alright, so this is basically loose. Again, here's the new one. Just going to go like that. Before we take these lines off, though, we want to clamp them so we're not spilling Fluid everywhere. These are coming really handy for fluids, hoses, coolant, all that stuff. So just clamp these tight so nothing can spill out. We're going to get some leakage out of the reservoir. That's kind of going to happen by default. But I've got a pan underneath to catch anything. I actually have an idea for taking this out of here. Alright, these are totally loose. So ideally, let's come out together. And then I can stick my fingers over the hole to make sure nothing spills out. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to literally spill everywhere. Oh, it's really on there. What I don't want to happen is fluid to get everywhere, so let me see if I can stick this in here. Old floor mats come in handy for this kind of thing. You can use rag, I guess, or a towel. But this way, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I've lost patience already with it. Why is this in here so tight? Man. Literally just took this off. No, there we go. Mine's already leaking, so there we go. Okay, so that's what I was worried about. This is the return, or the where the pump pulls from, the bigger one. And if I let my finger off this, it's gonna spill everywhere. So we're just gonna have to catch what's in the reservoir here. Just like that. Reservoir is empty. Let's somehow get this off of here. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. Really not cooperating with this. Oh, that's a long one. Holy cow. Alright. This is out. Spillage is minimal. And you can see, oops. That was not good. It's just super burnt. You probably can't even see that, but inside of there, that screen is just caked with old fluid. So toss this. And some paper towel in here. We'll hose all this off when it's done and installed. Nothing like some ATF inside of the frame rail here. Whatever this thing is, this little cutout. Okay. So now, new one. Just the opposite of removal. 1, 2. Okay, and then we can get rid of these. And we can go right to our hose clamps. Get those on there the same way. Boom, boom. And then get our bolts back in. That's it. Easy, easy. Now you'll notice a lot of people talk about like using power steering fluid or ATF or whatever, or Dex 2 or Dex 3. Well, this on it says use, oh, wait a minute, the old one did. So this says, this doesn't say anything. A lot of people talk about using power steering fluid over ATF. I've been using ATF for power steering fluid forever, but since I have this, I'll just use this. I don't know if this has extra lubricants or additives or whatever. Specifically made for the power steering system, because on the original here cap it says use Dexron type ATF, fill the proper level, but this one does not say that. So I don't know if they changed their mind or what the deal is. Maybe now they recommend using power steering fluid instead. I don't know. It's just one of those weird Toyota things. This is about the hardest thing to do, this bolt in front, because this is blocking it. That's it. All I gotta do is fill it up. It's not going to be too important to bleed the system like you're replacing a steering rack or something crazy, because you really don't lose that much fluid. So I think if we, here's the next problem, trying to do this without a funnel. Oh, there we go. So yes, power steering fluid is tan or yellow compared to red ATF. That's how they tell them apart, I guess. And then there's a couple lines on here. There's 2 lines for each. There's a cold minimum, cold maximum, and a hot minimum, a hot maximum. So right now we want to see it between the left side markings, which are actually, I'm spilling again, actually over here, so we're right at the cold minimum. So we'll start it up and then check the fluids, make sure fluids are all good, and that's it, job done.